What's going on YouTube? Back here with another video today, and today is the day that we reveal the new wheel setup for the Duramax. So just to jump into this, I did not ever plan on going to a setup like this. However, it is something that I've always liked, and I have had before on the truck as far as the size wheels that I've gone with now. But I did make a change, and this is something that I was a little worried about doing, but I'll explain. Jumped in head first, and I just figured I'll make it work. So what I got going on in today's video is I'm gonna swap the new wheels I've gotten. Of course, I got them used off of a buddy, but they're in new condition. He had them on his truck just for a couple weeks, and I'm gonna get those swapped on the truck here. You can see them in the background. I'm about to show you guys what they are, what I ended up going with, and why. So the biggest thing is I've always wanted to fit something like this on here on the truck without having any turning issues. Of course, you know, with being this low and this wide, of course, I'm gonna rev the cap regardless, but the worst thing is getting a half of a turn and hitting the bumper. That's what I always worried about. Hitting the cap, as long as I can get a turn and a half, you know, almost 2 turns, I can pretty much navigate almost anywhere besides U-turns, and I'm cool with that. So let's jump into the video. I'm gonna show you guys what I chose here, what I have, and of course the comparison between the two. So you guys know the details in case you're looking for a setup similar for your Duramax, because as we all know, these trucks are not easy to fit wide wheels on without major trimming and modifications, unlike the Fords and Dodges. So as you can see, guys, these are the wheels I've had on the truck for a while now. And yes, you can see in the background these sick King shocks, as well as those sick control arms. Brought to you by Performance Diesel. And I've loved these wheels ever since I saw them come out. I know they were not the newest wheel that I could have chosen when I ordered these. The Morphs were out. What are all the other names? All the new Forces that you see on almost every truck now. The Morphs, the Nemesis, wheels like that. I almost went with the Nemesis that actually Duramax Dad has. I've had them in my past couple of videos here. I was between those and these. Pretty much, I wanted to, instead of going with something that was super new, I want to go with something I've always liked, which was the Sprints, and that's what these are here. Now, the big difference between what these are and what the new wheels are, these are 22x14 on a 305/40/22. Now, most people run a 305/45. That's what the most popular size is, I think, on most trucks I've seen, even the ones that get stretched. So this one's a little bit shorter of a tire. I wanted to maintain that shorter sidewall look like you get with the 24s, but of course I wanted to be, this low and also have turning radius, not have to trim any more than I already have. So these wheels, with being concave, they are a -90 offset, so they do stick out quite a ways. And I did want to go concave with my set that I bought here at the time. Of course, it's one of the coolest things out right now is having that deep lip, as well as having the concave to the wheel, which gives you that wider sitting wheel in a 14 without having to buy spacers. And I didn't necessarily want to get rid of these wheels because I didn't like them or I got tired of them. I just, for some reason, feel like I get stagnant with certain things. I have had this truck for a while, so I keep changing things on it just to keep it fresh. And sometimes for no reason I start changing things. So I do love these wheels dearly. They're super clean. My first set of polished wheels I've ever bought, all the other forged wheels I bought, which have been, Forces and fuel forged, have all been black and milled, just because I didn't want to deal with the polished wheel. But it's honestly not too bad as long as you keep it in a garage. Keeping them outside every day, getting hit by sprinklers, I couldn't do it. But definitely sick wheels, I love them, but I just wanted to go a different route. So I'm gonna turn the camera around here, guys, and show you what the change is to this truck to keep it fresh. So yes, as you guys are able to see here, I have the new wheels, which are specialty forged wheels, sitting next to the American Forces, just so you can see a comparison. And the main difference here is the specialties are 24x14s on 305/35/24 Nitto 420S tires. And of course, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the Forces are 22x14 on 305/40s. So the big difference is, when I was talking to my buddy Trey, who's actually been buying these 22s here, we were looking at the heights of the tires online because, of course, I trimmed my bumper here on this truck to fit these 22x14s precisely. So I didn't just randomly trim the bumper and then buy a set of wheels and they fit. I actually just kept trimming and trimming until they fit barely, because of course I didn't want to trim any more than I had to. And that is, and I'm referring to the trimming right here on the bumper. So I was kind of nervous to buy 24x14s because if you look up the size of the tires, the 305/35 24s are slightly taller than the 305/40 22s on the American Forces here. So what I was worried about was getting a wheel that was slightly too big. I'd hit the bumper in a half of a turn, 3/4 of a turn, and I do not like the spacing of the bumper. I've tried that already. I do not like the way it looks, at least on the Chevrolets. I think the GMCs in this here don't look too bad because if you have that plastic on the fender, you can kind of space it out and get body color to body color, and it doesn't look bad. But on the Chevrolets, I think it looks terrible, in my opinion. And I did not want to trim anymore. So I kind of went out on a whim here just to make a change, and I just jumped in and got these specialties here, 24x14s. I was like, I'm just gonna make it work. I'll figure it out. I have to crank the keys up a little bit. I'll figure it out, but I really don't want to do that either because I do boost launches and I want to keep this thing launching smooth. So I know launching on 14Ys is not the smartest thing, but hey, I want to look good and have fun doing it. So a big part of me also getting a set of 24x14s was because I had these before on the truck and I really, really missed them. So on a truck this big, I think the 22x14s, which are sitting right here, I think they look good. I definitely would get them again. I don't not like 22s, but I think the 24s fit a big truck like this better. Where the 22s, you can get away with those, I think, on like a 06, 07 LBZ. I think they fit the truck better because it's a smaller looking truck. Whereas even on the 2020s now, I think the 22s look way too small, in my personal opinion, unless you run a big tire. So, you know, 22s on 35s, I think will look good, which you guys may see here soon on the channel. But 22s on 33s I don't think look good. You know, on these newer trucks with 2020s, I think I barely got away with it on the truck here just because I was so low. But if I was leveled, I think they look too small. So there really weren't many people on Instagram or YouTube doing a 24x14 like this and lowering their truck. I've since seen people such as the guy I got these wheels from, which is Skate and L5P on Instagram. That's who I got these from, which he got them from 3 Cal South, which pretty much Sal bought them, never used them. Cody, which is Skate and L5P, he had these on his truck for about 2 months. That's, if that. So they're very lightly used, and that's what I keep them off of. But he lowered his truck, and I talked to him about it after I seen the video that he did with Denny Diesel on YouTube, and he kind of told me the details about what he did, and I was like, you know what, if he can make it work, I'll make it work. I worked out a deal with him. I got these coming this way. I got these wheels sold, and the goal is to get these on the truck and not have to raise the truck up at all, not have to do any more trimming, and hopefully it works. So the one thing I looked into was these Forces here have a -90 offset, where these specialties here have a -76. So what you get with that is about a 1/2 inch, roughly just over a 1/2 inch difference of offset, which is going to mean these specialties will not sit as wide as the Forces did, which I'm fine with. And the specialties with the 305/35s have slightly a 1/2 inch, have right around a 1/2 inch taller Nitto 420. So I was thinking, well, if the Nitto 420s are a 1/2 inch taller on this setup here, but it also sticks in a 1/2 inch, it should compensate now. So I don't think I'm gonna have to raise the truck up at all. I don't think I'm gonna have to adjust anything. I think I can just slap these wheels on here and they're gonna work perfect. Now I'm gonna show you guys side by side so you can see the difference between these two here. Now mind you, if you go with a 305/45 on a 22 and you stretch it on a 14 wide, I think you'll be the same height, if not maybe even a hair taller, but probably the same height as a 305/35 on a 24. So just so you guys know that in case you're looking for your own setup. But with these specialties, they are also directional. Now mind you, they're not concave, which I'm fine with. I have had Fuel Forge wheels. I've had American Force wheels. I've had 2 sets now of American Forces. I've never had specialties. So I'm super happy to have a set, especially a set that I've always loved, which is a directional wheel, which looks very similar to the Fuel Forged FF29s. Now the FF29s were my first set of forged wheels I bought that were black and milled. When I saw Specialty came out with these in roughly, I think 2018 these came out, maybe 2019. I always wanted a set, but the specialties were always out of my price range because I just couldn't justify buying these new. And not many people sold them in an 8x180 lug pattern in good condition that were ones I wanted. So I just never got them, but of course I have them now. I love the 420S and I'm so happy to have another set of them because I pretty much tried everywhere not too long ago trying to find a set for my 22s. I could not find them anywhere in the country. So it's something that's getting serious now. You can't get them. I mean, even the 420 Vs are kind of hard to get right now with the whole Corona thing going on. But the S's are just completely out. I mean, there's some people that may have them in stock here or there, but I couldn't find anybody. So good luck getting them, but I'm happy I have a set. Now I do have a jack on this side of the truck. I have a jack on the other side of the truck as well, which you can see right there. and I got one of the 24x14s on. The wheels are turning, so I want to see if it was gonna hit the bumper or not, and I'll show you guys what I came up with. And mind you, the setup is still minty. This is so clean. I'm so happy how this came out. So happy. So here are the 24x14s. As you guys are able to see, I have a good amount of gap here between the tire and the bumper. Now mind you, I have not got the wheel on the passenger side yet. And of course, this is just sitting in the garage. The wheel is, I did turn the wheel, however. I raised the truck up, turned the wheel, lowered it back down. And I'm pretty sure I have more clearance with these than I did with the 22s, which is crazy. But if that's the way it works out, then that'd be awesome, because that was my biggest fear. And if I can turn them just like I did the 22s, that is the best case scenario. So I can stay at the height I'm at suspension wise, don't have to trim the bumper anymore. Because even when I trimmed this before, I had it repainted, so I didn't just cut it and leave it exposed to rust. It's actually all painted right now. So last thing I want to do is have to trim this another hair and then it's all exposed. I have to get painted again, that'd be a nightmare. So I really wanted to leave this as is. Super happy with how this looks. Let me know what you guys think. So I plan on slapping all 4 other wheels on the truck so I can take it for a drive. Just make sure I can turn before I speak too soon. So I'm gonna work on getting the wheels on here, but I do want to show you real quick how these tires compare as far as sizes. So these tires here measure just at 31.5 inches tall. With my setup I have here, mind you, it's gonna vary for you a little bit, as tire pressures and tread depth will definitely vary when you take your measurements, but these are roughly 31.5 inches tall. These here are 32 inches tall. So I know when you look these up on the internet, I believe it's 32.6 inches tall. If you look up a 305, 35, not 100%, I should check before I made the video. But anyways, I think it's 32.6, and right now it's just at 32 with it being stretched onto this tire here. So it's not much taller, and like I mentioned, these having the flat face, not being concave, these don't stick out as far, but I'm completely fine with that. And I gotta say the quality on the specialty wheels is just up there with American Force. Of course, everyone expects specialty to be above American Force. I would say, you know, I'd say it's not any better, but it's definitely not any worse. So I'm definitely super happy with these, and I'm super happy to be back into a directional set of wheels. My last couple set of wheels have been non-directional, just like these wheels here, which of course I love as well. But there's just something about me that slightly prefers directional, which I don't know why I didn't go directional with these, but I'm just so happy to have these back on the truck. To have something like this back on the truck, I don't know why I like directional more. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know some people hate directional, some people prefer concave, some people prefer flat face. You know, I do get a deeper lip with having a flat face as well. They're both 14 wides, of course, as I mentioned 20 times already. There's an 8.5 inch lip here, and these here have a 7.5 inch lip. Now what I will say is, if you're looking for a concave wheel, I would 100% recommend American Force. Even the specialties or the Fuel Forge, they have a really shallow lip, where the American Forces give you all that lip, as well as giving you the nice concave of the wheel. I mean, it's pretty impressive that you only lose 1 inch of lip, but you get a pretty deep looking concave wheel with the Forces, where the specialties you give up all that lip and it looks like you have a 10 wide and you have a 14 wide. Alright guys, that's gonna bring an end to today's video. Hope you guys liked what you've seen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like the 22s better? The 24s better? I personally am a fan, of course, since it's a new change, a fan of the 24s right now. But of course, the 22s were also sick. I like how they sat a little bit wider, but the 24s just look so perfect. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, I swear, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.